And welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Search Protector podcast, 6040 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
It's Midway, and welcome back, you little heathens. Apparently nobody went up to heaven. Nobody went up for the rapture, and we're still here.
Yep, turns out religion is still a giant scam. So congratulations, dum-dums.
What if we're just all scumbags? Like, God looked down, he's like, not a single one's coming up.
You mean I can't do terrible things while wearing this little cross and everything's okie dokie, Annie Oakley?
Have you considered getting a bigger cross?
Yeah, you need that ludicrous circa 2002 style cross. That's how you know they're big. And that's kind of out of style. Closest thing we have now is Carolyn Levitt's when she's getting ready for a real good lie.
Nothing says man of a cloth like excessive waste and wealth.
But on the other side, we know for a fact they're not all vampires now, so...
Very true.
Yep. You know, I'm glass half full type, though.
We all are. And we'd like to welcome everybody back. We missed you guys on Thursday, and I hope you missed us too.
Yeah, that one was my bad. Had a little dog trouble, little car trouble, and honestly, still recovering from both, mentally and financially. So, anybody wants to sponsor, now would be a great time.
Yeah. So, all of you guys who didn't get to listen to us, other than the team from Palantir, we do apologize. Those guys are clearly monitoring us, even when we're off the podcast, and we do appreciate your all's hard work.
Yep. Big shout out to our forever listener, the guy from the NSA, taking notes for our military trials.
Thanks to Pete Hegseth, you're no longer allowed to be fat or have a beard. I don't know, man. That was also the standard when I was in. He's just yelling about all that. Did you watch that whole thing?
I caught clips here and there. Yeah, it seemed I got the same gist when they came out and they're like, we're going to sign a bill saying illegal aliens can't get free health care from us, or they can't vote. Like, they never could. I don't know what to tell you.
You can't get into heaven if you're a sinner. Like, that's a gimme, bud. It's literally in the Bible right there. I do like the fact that the guy, like, we're renaming this place Department of War. Like, hell yeah, man. Like, also, I need $40,000 for a makeup studio for all the press conference. Like, wait a second, what?
Nothing says man's... Like you remember famously how World War II, Patton held everything up until Eisenhower gave him the makeup counter, right?
Yeah. He's like, I can't go out there looking like this.
Yeah, I can't believe Oliver Stone cut that from that movie. But you know, who am I?
All right, let's get to the good stuff. It's we got a long makeup for Tesla. A week ago it was 425, and we are back up to 444. And today's the last day of a tax credit. It literally goes away, and all the stock did was rise. And apparently the reason that Yahoo cites for this is that sales were also down in Europe 22.5%. So before you say, like, oh, well, it's sales across the board, they have tariffs. Well, first of all, they don't. And overall registrations also went up 4.7%. So more cars are being sold, less are Teslas. Last day of the EV tax credit, and somehow Tesla's price just keeps rising.
I mean, it's gotta, like, plummet tomorrow, right?
It'll drop 6 at best.
And then skyrocket up 30 for no reason whatsoever.
Elon Musk spent $20,000 buying stock. Like, oh my God.
Elon tweeted out what he really thinks about black people. Buy now. None of it makes sense.
You do know he hasn't tweeted in a minute ever since they said, like, his name was on the flight logs to Epstein.
Well, the only... What is it? The whole... To know a criminal, you got to be a criminal. Yeah, hey, he accused Trumpy of being in there.
I
mean, Maybe that's how they met.
That's a pro move. You walk out of a gangbang and you start screaming in the streets, be like, those people in there are just having sex with each other. Like, you literally just walked out of that room like, yeah, but I'm not there now.
You are covered in baby oil, Diddy.
Yeah, quit living in the past. Look at what I'm doing now. I'm telling you guys about the crimes.
We're looking forward to the future.
We still talking about that guy?
Yeah, that scumbag. We're still talking about him. Release the files.
So let's do a Ukraine update as well. Last time we talked, and this was all last week, essentially, Trump went ahead and he came out and he swapped it out a little bit. He's talking about all kinds of things for Ukraine. He's saying Ukraine can get the lands back. He's also calling like Russia, what's it called? A paper tiger down there. He's all for selling weapons to NATO, and he's like, listen, man, he's like, I got no problem selling them to NATO. Like, I like what Ukraine's doing down there, and NATO can distribute it however they want. So he's pretty much greenlighting just more arms to Ukraine, and he's going back against Russia, and it's a very different Trump.
Do you believe any of it?
I will believe it at the moment. Honestly, I think it could change at any moment. If Vladimir Putin sends him one more like signed picture of himself on a horse, like it's like death to Ukraine. Like every weapon's coming back.
Yeah, like the problem is he's saying all this stuff now, and I'd love to be optimistic and believe him. But just last week, he was showing off the guy from FIFA his signed Vladimir Putin autographed picture, and what I can only imagine was a full-blown erection. Like, I just don't see this.
I don't, like, he's essentially the guy who gets dumped by the prom queen, and, like, he tries to come out and say, like, yeah, I'm dating another chick from a different school and everything's good. But any chance he can say that he still likes the prom queen and he'll get back with the prom queen, he does. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now. It's that high school dynamic playing out in a U.S. president.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope the pathological liar is telling the truth this time, but I know where my money is.
Well, for the time being, however, they are not only talking about selling other weapons, they're also talking about providing Ukraine with possible Tomahawk cruise missiles. Now, what's it called? They already have the Scalps and the Storm Shadows from the UK and the French, but the whole thing with the Storm Shadow and the Scalp missiles, exactly the same missile, just different countries, their effective range is about 500 kilometers or 310 Freedom units. The Tomahawk missile triples that distance, which is a huge game changer. And honestly, I can only get so hard if they send these things over there, because that would be amazing.
Side note, love naming actual artillery off of G.I. Joes from the 80s.
Yeah.
Storm Shadow should have been their like whatever their top of the line is, though.
I mean, the Scalp is just a great name. Like, what's the duty? Like, it takes off your scalp and then some. Like, oh god, Department of War is gonna have some really cool names coming out. So got that.
I hope
going
they go
on.
off of all G.I. Joes from the 80s cartoon. I hope we have a Shipwreck. I hope we have a Destro.
A Cobra Commander just getting murked by one.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be the best. The Duke.
No. Well, we'll see what happens. It's a new era. Apparently Raytheon got rebranded to RTX, which I thought was the speaker company, but apparently that's THX. They are very close to each other.
Well, but both will get loud.
They will shake the room. So, in regards to Putin coming out like this, the speaker, the mouthpiece of the Kremlin, Lavrov, he came out and he said, Russia's got no choice but to keep on fighting now. And I imagine he said this with the same intensity as a crackhead calling a methadone clinic at like 2 o'clock in the morning when he knows it's going to be closed. He gets the voicemail and is like, well, I guess I got no choice, but I got to keep smoking crack now. Like, we all know that's exactly what you guys wanted to keep on doing the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, I guess now they don't have a choice after what it's been over 3 years now, right?
Yeah. We've been trying to end this thing for a long time, but just running out of options. All the times we sent our top end D team to the negotiation table, and we said, as long as we get all of Ukraine, war ends.
Yeah, as long as I have exactly what I threatened to murder you all for, there shouldn't be any kind of issues. We're trying here.
Let's meet in the middle. You give me everything. Like, wait, what?
Also, you can never nuke up ever again.
Yeah.
I promise I'll stop doing this.
No, seriously, if I get everything this time, like, I stop. Like, you're a crack addict, dude. You gotta keep going.
Now, Poland, on the other hand, the rest of your surrounding neighbors.
Dude, they're all just pretty much getting armed up. I tell you what, I mean, Trump was right. He complained about them not paying into the NATO fees and, well, not having the government spending on military that's required by NATO. And these guys are ramping up. And I don't think it was the reason Trump said it. It's the fact that Russia just keeps talking about how they're going to invade everyone and their mother.
Well, I think it's very much kind of like that whole conservative way of thinking. And like, well, that sucks, thoughts and prayers, and that until it happens to you, in which case you're like, never mind, there's a giant problem here.
Yeah, let's get things taken care of. So there's also giant problems happening in Russia as well, as Ukraine went ahead and just hit another petrochemical plant in Bashkortostan region. Now, I had to go ahead and Google this one, and I'm guessing you also don't know where Bashkortostan is?
I don't know all of the houses of Harry Potter, but I'm imagining this was an evil one.
Well, it's in Russia, so chances are most likely. But the fact that it ends in stan means it's located next to all the stands. And that thing is right around the corner with Kazakhstan. And if you take a look at the map, like Ukraine could have flown to Moscow 3 times before it went over to that area. And that just shows you the reaching power that they have even before the possibility of Tomahawk cruise missiles comes out. That's huge.
Hey, you know what? I hope they change the name. Like they have to change Ukraine's name to like Honey Badger Stan or something. Like I'm like, they really pissed on the wrong electrical fence here, man.
Like, they literally brought their actual dress uniforms in the tanks and they're like, you know what? This whole thing of Kyiv is going to be done in 3 days. After that, and they're just hanging out, yada yada. Like 3.5 years later. Like, oh god, there's a drone about to murk me.
Oh god, I'm still loving the spider web. At that point, Russia just should have backed off. Like we don't know what toe we just stepped on here.
Yeah. Oh man, I've been watching a bunch of videos. Like, so Ukraine has been doing a lot of stuff. Like, they started kind of going tit for tat, so to speak. Russia's been targeting with the infrastructure as far as like power plants and everything else like that. So Ukraine's like, cool. I'm going to go after your oil fields. I'm going to go after your actual, what's it called? Like, your power supply places. And there's one, they're striking deep in Russia, and you can see when all the lights just go out.
Yeah, once they find a way to make their way into that natural gas pipeline, yeah, that's just one cigarette butt away from also blacking out all of Europe.
I don't know, man. I've been reading the book on Putin. I get why some of things, where he was coming from, but the way he's going about to get it is, well, I mean, it's completely wrong, not just for him, but for the entire country of Russia. But that's a conversation for another day, because we can spend the entire day on that. And we got problems at home, baby. You hear about Tom Homan?
Yeah, love this guy. He's fantastic and doesn't have a face like a bulldog or anything.
Just a big old bald guy who just on TV. He's, in case you guys don't know, he's the border czar. And he always comes on TV and he's like, we're going to deport all these illegal. We're going to get all these Mexicans. And then, like, he's like, we're going to go after all the bad guys. And then he stands outside of a Home Depot with his guys, like, getting hardworking people. Like, it's wild.
We're gonna end all these gangs, and then excuse me while somebody videotapes me hurling a 70-year-old grandmother onto the pavement.
Yeah. It's wild. And the fact is, it's all these guys who usually do the grandstanding, kind of like the guys who always scream about gay rights as the devil, then find themselves in an airport bathroom tapping their feet looking to hook up. Like, it's
cough, pedophile, cough.
Yeah. It's all the guys like who are always like better than Val that are always just on the take. And so last year, the FBI is running an undercover investigation. And you know it's bad when they're doing this investigation, and over the course of it, someone there being investigated is like, hey man, I might be bad, but you should really go take a look at Tom Homan. And he's like, huh. So they ended up going after him, and they just, there was this one thing where they filmed him. Did you see the video?
I did.
So, for everyone who hasn't, it's him chilling in CAVA. Well, I don't know if it's in CAVA, but it's two FBI agents. They meet up down there, and they slide him a bag with $50K in it, and it's a CAVA bag. And he's like, yeah. And this is before he actually became, well, he went to the Trump administration, but he said, he's like, listen, if he wins, I'm going to have a spot in there. He's like, I'll drive government contracts your way. And every time I hear about this corruption scandals, I'm always amazed on how little it takes to buy a politician. Because that 50 grand, those ROIs are in the millions for whoever would have done it.
Yeah, just ask those non-compete contracts to build Alligator Alcatraz for I don't know what, 2 months.
It's a short stay.
Yeah, millions with like a $25,000 donation.
It's wild. And the fact they slid a CAVA bag, that's what made it so funny. Like, Tom Homan isn't eating couscous. Like, it should have been a Five Guys bag. Like, it's some greasy, like, gas station pit. Like, if he's walking away with something that says, I don't know, Peloton, I'd be like, okay, there's clearly money in there. Like, that's not a company that he deals with.
They should have just had a burlap sack with, like, $3 signs on it. Like, just do this like a 70s Looney Tunes commercial or cartoon.
Just give him a Hamburglar eye patch too. Like, here you go, man. Just central casting. Like, no one's gonna believe a CAVA bag, so you might as well just get into full character.
Well, like South Park told us, sometimes you got to make your nut.
So, Cuban mental gymnastics of Carolyn St. Levitt coming out, and she's like, hey. Tom Homan's a great guy. This is the radical left. They're trying to do everything to just make him look bad. And he didn't take any money. And her exact words are, Mr. Homan never took the $50,000 you're referring to. So you should get your facts straight. Number one.
So I didn't see anywhere where she followed up on this. But are you thinking her argument is it was actually CAVA in that bag? That is nothing but PETA.
If you look at his physique, you know very well that Tom Homan is a very fit man. But while she's coming out here and saying he didn't take $50K, Tom Homan just ran out of F's to give. And he said he did nothing criminal. But he never said that he didn't take the money. Like, if I'm on camera stealing from a 7-Eleven, cops pull me over like, hey man, did you steal from there? And my response is not, no, I did not steal from their officer, but that, hey man, I didn't do anything criminal. You can bet 1,000%, like, I stole from there.
Yeah, and you know, if it's an ICE agent that pulls you over, they're just going to search your vehicle without any sort of probable cause for it, or, you know, getting your permission.
Yeah, so the whole thing about it is, Homan did say that Kash Patel looked into the investigation, and he did. And they went ahead and dropped it right afterwards. So we can agree that it was dropped, but I'm going to disagree in the fact that they found no wrongdoing. Like, it's literally on videotape. They're sliding a freaking bag of money over to him. He's like, hey man, I didn't see anything. Like, well, maybe that's because you're looking in two different directions.
Oh, are we going low-hanging fruit and talking about his bug eyes looking different directions?
There's a guy
above this? Are we above this?
The guy who runs
I'm not, but
the guy who runs the country makes nicknames to everybody. Like, we're swinging in the gutters.
We're just following the lead.
Yeah. So, and the whole thing about the Homan thing is hilarious. Because if you remember Carolyn Levitt talking about how, this is a weaponization of government and they're going after everybody. And technically, Tom Homan at that time was not a member of the government. And do you remember the last time that the government went after someone who wasn't a part of the government?
This isn't one of those laptop lead-ins, is it?
Yeah. When you have a man's laptop for 2 years, and all you find was that his dad helped him out with a couple bucks for a truck and a whole lot of D-pics. And that's your whole thing that you find, and then you're presenting that on the House floor. So the same thing that they would do to Hunter Biden, like they're like, oh, the government's always weaponizing things, and you should never do it. Like, yeah, come on.
Also, let me text Pam Bondi, except for accidentally tweet this to her that we need to go after and weaponize the DOJ.
Jesus, like.
Oh, but that, you know what? Let's pivot back to our bug-eyed friend Cash.
Ooh.
So, again, this was supposed to be Thursday because, we've had 30 other shootings since then. But the radical left is back at it again, this time in Dallas yesterday when a sniper opened up on the Dallas ICE field office, killing one, injuring two, before taking his own life. Now, immediately, as soon as this happened, just like with Charlie, Trump and J.D. Vance immediately got on TV and blamed the left with the assistance of that bug-eyed honeypot victim Kash Patel, who immediately tweeted out a photo of shell casings that said anti-ICE rape. There was a bunch of stuff scribbled in pen on shell casings. Anti-ICE messaging, what do they say? Hopefully ICE agents and real terror, snipers, blah, blah, blah. And he tweets this in the middle of trying to collect data for, try to figure out what happened. You can't do that. Every lawyer in the world could have pulled this apart. I don't understand why this is okay with it.
I do like the fact that they're like, hey man, I need to make sure that we can point this to the left. Like, write something on the bullet casing. He's like, some kind of anti-ICE message. Like, cool. Anti-ICE message.
They totally believed this Discord message that we somehow got, that Discord itself says is not on their servers. So they will definitely believe you wrote this in pen all by yourself.
I do like the fact that Kash Patel is willing to compromise an active investigation by tweeting out pictures of evidence. But he's like, yeah, man, Epstein files don't exist. Like, that one, can't touch it. But these pictures from something that we're literally looking into right now, I can't talk about that.
If we ever have another election, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the trials of all these people, especially Cash. Like, there's got to be at some point where someone's going to have to be like, guys, is he mentally efficient enough to be able to stand trial for this?
They're all getting pardons. First of all, if we ever have another presidency.
No. We're gonna blame auto pen, and those are all gonna be null and void.
I mean, right before we get a new Supreme Court justice, they're gonna pass a thing like that. No one in government can be held accountable for anything that they do, because that's too much stress when you go to work and you can be held accountable for something.
I hope in 2028, by executive order, Newsom adds 45 more Supreme Court justices. And we just start washing this back out.
It's wild, man. Like, they don't even hide it anymore. Like, Trump comes out, he's like, uh-oh. Like, I'm passing some bad legislation that people do not like. He's like, should I change the legislation? Like, no. I'm going to literally come out and tell the guy from Texas, I need more seats.
And then tell Pam Bondi, start going after all these people. I don't have an enemy list, but here are 4 people I need you to look into and arrest.
But Joe Biden, like, if Joe Biden was saying that the military can practice in some of these, quote, bad cities, end quote, like, the right would have gone insane. Like, you guys flipped out when Obama had a selfie stick. But Trump is like, hey, man, I'm sending Marines into L.A. Like, yeah, that's the rule of the land.
Yeah, pretty sure Mitch McConnell tried to impeach Obama for wearing a khaki-colored suit. But yeah, we can invade Chicago. Like,
Zelensky shows up in a sweater, like, F that guy. Like, UFC ring gets trucked into the South Lawn, like, hell yeah.
Speaking of Chi-Town, Did you, and just to pivot, this is too much negative. I need a palate cleanser. Did you see ICE trying to capture the Uber bicycle guy?
Well, that's why Pete Hegseth had that whole conference about fat guys. They couldn't catch him.
Well, when you lower all of your standards for ICE, like
Like there's
no age limits, no height, no requirement. Poor Dean Cain did all that training and blew his shoulder out for no reason.
I mean, honestly, I can get why they're all wearing masks, because they're all like 70-some years old. Like, what the hell? Like, you want me to run? Like, no way.
Yeah, because they want shoot first people.
Yeah. We didn't get
these gangs out of Home Depot's parking lot.
What's that?
We got to get all these gangs out of Home Depot parking lots.
Yeah, these guys looking for work and to take away the sewage cleaning jobs that white Americans were going to take.
Yeah, paying billions of dollars in taxes without ever having an opportunity to gain that back.
Yeah, it's freaking wild.
Anything
else on this guy right here?
No, just I hate you, Kash Patel. Can't wait to meet you when you when you send us to Cuba or Uganda.
Oh, did you see the guy in North Carolina who shot up that bar?
I did.
The guy was literally wearing Trump merch. And they're like, it's the left. Like,
yep.
Oh, come on.
Here's a picture of him saying, own the libs. You're like, false flag.
Like, he's got a "Don't Tread on Me" thing outside. Like, come on. Like, he's wearing a Trump, T-shirt on vacation.
Yeah, did you see the, was it Michigan? Where the guy drove his giant pickup truck with two giant American flags on the back into the church and started shooting it up and burned it down?
Just a traditional
like every
drag
transgender I've ever met.
Yeah. That's the one. So let's go overseas real quick again and give you an update on the global Samud flotilla, which is where what's called Greta's. She's in there, and they're trying to bring a little humanitarian aid over to Gaza. And meanwhile, Israel's trying to level that place, so by the time they arrive, there's nowhere to just drop it off at. But we'll see what happens with that. But there's a few things I found out about it. Samud actually means steadfast in Arabic, so the global steadfast flotilla. And it's a bunch of people on there, and they're just trying to get down there and provide food and water to the people who have been displaced from their home 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time. List goes on, and they just keep getting bombed. Like, it's a noble cause.
That sounds like a bunch of lefty media you've been watching. Greta is clearly a terrorist and trying to help support Hamas in their racial genocide of the Israeli people who have never done anything wrong.
The nation that brought you double tapping people in hospitals, starving like children, and a TikTok trend from Israeli kids calling their parents, telling them they're donating money to Palestinian children while videotaping this and giggling like school kids. Well, because they are, while their parents start cussing. So you know why those kids are as messed up as they are. So Israel went ahead and just started doing drone strikes in this flotilla. It started with one, and then there's been multiple ones. It's at the point where essentially, Spain and Italy, they have a bunch of protests going on in their countries, and whether it's because of a protest or the fact that, like, why don't we just have a heart as a nation? They went out and sent ships to protect this flotilla.
No, and that's awesome. And they're not the only ones either. Other countries are like, yeah, this is terrible. You're like our darling Greta, who's never done anything wrong and just wants to help people.
Yeah.
They're throwing their navy out there like, we'll protect you too. And that's great. I think, again, something uplifting with this episode.
Yeah, I mean, the girl just wants you to stop driving a diesel truck if you work at a freaking office, man. Like, you don't need that much truck. Like, just commute to work. Don't be an a-hole. And then, like, we're going to send drones after this broad trying to give, like, food to kids. I don't know how you defend that position, but BB's been doing it for a while. And one of the things they've been doing is, in addition to just sending out drones in the middle of the night and dropping off these flashbangs trying to catch fires, they've also been like jamming their communications. And they're jamming their communication to the sounds of ABBA. Greta is also from Sweden, and I found out ABBA's from Sweden. So this is like a double FU by the Israelis. Like, here we go. We really hate Greta, so we're going to start jamming your communications with a band from your native country. And I'm not going to lie, I giggle a little bit. But if your communication's jammed and that drone shows up, blows up your ship, and it's nighttime, no one else can see you, you start sinking, you can't call for help, and all you hear is Dancing Queen, that's a horrible way to go, man.
Glass half full. If you're going to die, the sultry sounds of Andy Gibb might not be the worst thing to hear before your lungs fill up with water.
Just positivity all around. I like it. We're keeping this one going.
I'm trying here, buddy. I'm trying.
Well, let's get it back down to reality, because without providing evidence, Oren Marmenstein, a spokesperson for the ministry in Israel, said on X that the flotilla is organized by Hamas and it's intended to serve Hamas. He added that Israel would not allow the flotilla to enter an active combat zone and will not allow a breach of a lawful naval blockade. Listen, man, I got a solution. If one side says we're bringing baby formula and the other one says that's AK-47s for Hamas, why don't you go ahead, land this freaking flotilla on the ground, and we all have pretty good cameras nowadays, as long as Israel's not jamming with ABBA, and just broadcast you opening up crates on the freaking flotilla. And if when you open it up, it just Similac, Israel can shut the hell up and help distribute that stuff without shooting at the people. Now, if they open it up and there's nothing but hand grenades, okay, you know what? I may have been wrong about you, BB. You got a case.
Well, there's not a chance they'll ever do that.
No.
I believe they land somewhere closer. There's got it, like, they should have stopped in Crete and been like, hey, look, let's go to Italy. Like, everybody's okay with Italy. We're all over World War II. Trustworthy. You guys be the judge of what's inside all of these crates. Then you can do whatever you want. Because you can't do it when it gets to Gaza, because there is no more internet.
Yeah, I mean, just drop it off. It's currently the flotilla is a little bit north of, it's directly north of Cairo. Big port is Alexandria. We already went past that one. There's Port Said as well, which is pretty close, and El Arish over in Egypt. They can land at any of those spots, and after that, get everything over. And this is kind of a pretty cool flotilla tracker. I'll go ahead and include that in the show notes in case anybody wants to follow up to see exactly where they end Greta. You can find out like each one of the boats is individual on there. There's one, two straggler. One guy just straight rolled out off course and went all the way to Cyprus, but he looks like he came back. But I mean, this is a fun thing to watch just to find out. It's a possible snuff video. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it, but I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah.
God bless Greta, if or whatever deity you believe in.
Yeah. So one last thing I do want to mention this came across right before we started recording is the fact that there's a power plant in Ukraine, the Zaporozhye region, which is kind of on the eastern side of it. And for the past 7 days, it hasn't been connected to the grid. Like, Russia's occupied it essentially since the start of the war, and they cut off the power because it provided about 20% of the power to Ukraine. And one of the things that Russia wanted to do is just deprive Ukraine of power, screw the civilians, and yada, yada, yada. The downside is a nuclear power plant is always having a chemical reaction in it. And if you ever watched the documentary Chernobyl, you can find out exactly what happens if you stop powering said power plant. Because right now, it's running on diesel generators. It's running on the last diesel generator. And if they either run out of diesel or that Soviet diesel generator, again, these are old school USSR things. If that thing dies, there's going to be a big old hole in the ground.
Well, luckily, we've had enough good news that should probably just, balance that out, huh?
Yeah. Oh boy, glass half full.
Oh, well, you know what? Little teaser since I screwed you guys Thursday. Tune in this Thursday, just 2 days from now, And hopefully we'll have a giant update on whether Mikey Johnson's Grindr profile was real and is it released?
Ooh, that's a good one. There's all of you guys in the government, you should have a couple free hours on your schedule. Other than you Palantir boys, you work for the government, but you don't get a day off. You got to listen to us. So I'll see everybody on Thursday. I'm Alex Medway.
Daddy, chill.
I'm Eric Halsey. Later, Gators.